tape, Randy.
Well, you see the height there goes to Weaver. The reach goes to Weaver. That's actually the wingspan. But the Randy's reach, that pure reach in the jabbing arm, that goes to Pritchard by a single inch. And that could be a big factor here tonight.
Weaver, 35 years old, hopes to get another shot at the title as we begin. The oldest man to regain the title was Ezra Charles at 37. Weaver telling us that not trying to load up for that one biggie anymore. He's in a box, do all sorts of things. Meanwhile, Pritchard claims to be perpetual motion. And he's prepared for all the savvy and the experience and the tricks that Weaver can give to him.
Weaver, a devastating puncher with both hands. And Pritchard could very well find out about it tonight. Pritchard, as big as he is, as wide as he is, looks just like a splinter in there against the heavily muscled Black Hercules, he's called, Mike Weaver.
Weaver in the black trunks and the white trim. Our main event on Tuesday Night Fights.
In the late 70s, Weaver was a sparring partner for Kenny Norton. And Norton, when he saw the physique of Mr. Weaver, that's when he named him Black Hercules.
Minute 55 to go in this first round. Randy, do you think this will go the distance, the 10-round scheduled fight?
Just no way. I don't think this one will really go past 5 rounds. These guys hit too hard with both fists. There's a pulverizing jab. That's that Bobby Ches shotgun jab thrown by Pritchard. Remember, as we pointed out, he's got the longer reach. He probably has the faster hands. And if they let their jabs go at the same time, Pritchard's jab is getting there first.
Oh, boy, Pritchard sure steps into his shots, doesn't waste anything.
If anything, Pritchard has to tighten up on the defense. He cannot allow himself to get hit by the bombs that Weaver can throw, especially with the left hook.
Look at the forearms on Weaver, ladies and gentlemen. Even at 35, you won't find many professional boxers with forearms such as his.
Weaver was knocked out in his professional debut by Howard K.O. Smith back in September of 1972. Only one other man, a heavyweight, had been knocked out in his heavyweight champion, was knocked out in his debut, James Bone Crusher Smith, back in November of '81.
Half a minute to go in the opening round, scheduled 10-rounder.
So far, both guys have thrown tremendously hard jabs this first round. Nothing really probing. Now, those are probing jabs you just saw from Weaver.
Uppercut from Weaver after a straight right by Pritchard. Upper left to the body by Weaver. Round one, our main event. Rolling down as they still continue with Mike Weaver on the left. James Pritchard undefeated on the right. What did you give the round to?
I give the first round to Mike Weaver. I like the way he started. And despite the fact that Pritchard landed some real hard jabs, I thought Weaver did a bit more work.
I don't know if the judges are going to go along with that here in Louisville. I don't know. Right now, Weaver coming on strong. There's maybe a low blow.
Well, it wasn't that low, but it was definitely around the black waistband. And the pro Pritchard crowd gets on Weaver's case. Between rounds, trainer James Doolin was telling Pritchard, let that right hand go inside. Right there is where he wanted him to throw, but he didn't.
Yeah. Left hand on the jab was a little tied up by Weaver, and he's concentrating on pulling that back out. 2 minutes to go in the second round. Pleasure to watch this caliber of boxer.
It's always interesting to see how a developing prospect like James Pritchard handles being in there with a world-class fighter like Weaver. I think Weaver got stung by those 2 shots.
Now, Weaver's not responding as much.
But he's not in the trouble that the fans seem to think he is, and another low shot from Weaver.
Weaver says it's becoming easier for him to put his combinations together, his 2 punches together. Right now, he's a little bit lost some of his spark as Pritchard puts him on the ropes. Pritchard's got him on the ropes. Pritchard combination against the former champion.
Mike Weaver is not in that bad a condition. He's bobbing and weaving. He's got to hold on, though. He has had his bell rung. The crowd, of course, going crazy. This is Pritchard country.
55 seconds to go in the second round. It's been Pritchard's round.
Don't be misled. Mike Weaver is not on wobbly legs. Not yet, anyway. And remember what he did to Carl Williams when he's against the ropes. It takes but a single left hook from Mike Weaver.
Weaver did give Pritchard a right uppercut, quick shot. Second round action.
Now the legs are going of Weaver.
The fans are on their feet. Here's Pritchard with an onslaught right above us. 24 seconds to go in round two. Weaver fights his way off the ropes. He's still a great physical specimen, can take punishment. He's trying to hold on for the final 14 seconds. Round two winding down clearly in Pritchard's favor. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Louisville.
Pritchard was told, keep it up, keep going. And Mike Weaver, they told him, start punching.
That's what he's doing here.
Louisville, despite having raised 4 heavyweight champions, Marvin Hart, Muhammad Ali, Jimmy Ellis, and Greg Page, has never played host to a world title fight, and the fans here are hoping that James Pritchard will give them their first championship fight.
Fighting a former world champion, Mike Weaver. Weaver came out strong in this third round. The referee is Mike Cunningham. 3 judges, Marcus Anderson, Ray Kemp, and Larry Mullen.
Weaver's got an abrasion underneath his right eye, and I want you to notice how whenever he thinks a punch is coming out, how he takes his right hand and flags it in front of his face as if he's brushing away mosquitoes. One of these times, Pritchard's going to jump in and catch him with a left hook.
Pritchard claims to never have had any scars or marks from boxing. He has 3 major scars on his body from a childhood accident. Takes some combination punches from Weaver.
I tell you this, Pritchard just took 3 tremendous shots from Weaver.
And he still bars in. Good body shot from the right of Pritchard. Pritchard, the young favorite here from Louisville. A childhood accident. He was cut by glass. Gives an uppercut to Weaver.
And Weaver rocked back on his heels with that shot. You saw there Weaver reach his left hand around Pritchard's head and try to pull him onto the end of a right hand. It did not work.
1 minute, 5 seconds to go in this third round. Don't see any spring or bounce in Weaver's legs, but I do know there's still power in his punches.
Oh, there's tremendous punch. Tremendous power. Neither guy has lost anything. Weaver's just slowed the pace down a bit.
Covering up on those hard right body shots from Pritchard.
Look at that power. Most of those shots picked off by Weaver's arms. By Pritchard's arms, rather.
But blocking with the arms will wear you down, though. Pritchard's got to be careful, though. He can't get overconfident. One zing from Weaver could send him into Betty Vitak.
If you're wondering about those massive forearms that Weaver's catching the shots on, they are 13.5-inch forearms. Most guys have only about a 13-inch bicep.
Round 3 coming to a close. 12 seconds to go in this round. And Weaver will fight his way off the ropes. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Louisville Gardens. 9 of his 11 KOs have come in the first 2 rounds. So Weaver's avoided that. We begin the 4th. And the corner of Pritchard says, keep that left jab working. And he can't avoid the right. Use it at the proper time. Who did you give the third round to?
Gave it to Pritchard. I gave round 1 to Weaver, and rounds 2 and 3 to Pritchard.
Steve Brad and Randy Gordon with you here from Louisville. Tuesday night fights, our main event, a 10-round heavyweight bout. Former champion Mike Weaver is back to you. James Pritchard, the local star from Louisville, undefeated in 16 pro fights.
The jabs are still hurting each man, but it looks to be Weaver who's taking the worst of them.
Weaver with a good uppercut, snapped Pritchard back.
weeks of training and today at the weigh-in, Pritchard showed absolutely no fear of Weaver at all. In fact, he showed a confidence that was bordering on being cocky.
Well, he knows about those big punches from Weaver, but he says, I don't look for things. I just go to work, create openings. I can't worry about his left hook all the time. Big right misses from Pritchard. Two quick body shots and a left uppercut. That caught the former champ.
There's that Weaver left hook. He let it go, and it landed. It looked to be on the chin of Pritchard. He took the shot very well.
Weaver is coming back.
Pritchard got caught, and
he got caught with a big right on the ropes. Pritchard's finished. He's hurt.
He's hurt.
Finished temporarily, let's say.
Definitely hurt, and the standing 8 count is administered.
Boy, he grabbed both hands on the rope.
He's lucky he's in a state with the standing 8 count, because if he wasn't, this fight would have been over.
Yeah, those eyes went in different direction.
Now we'll see what he will do. Will he run? Will he grab? Will he fight back?
Here he is.
About 40 seconds to go. About 45 seconds to go in the round.
Fourth round. Now Pritchard becomes a man.
He's got his hands very low. The left hook of Weaver will get there if he doesn't pick his hands up. He's doing the right thing. He's holding on.
Randy, it was after an uppercut.
I don't understand that. Weaver was not the one hanging on. Weaver's trying to punch, trying to knock Pritchard out.
Big right from Weaver, but he avoids the left. 20 seconds to go in round 4. Weaver's got him in the corner. Setting him up. Weaver with right. Pritchard trying to fight it out. Slugging it out. And wisely clinching.
And you got to wonder, if this round goes to a finish, how much will these guys have left for round number 5?
Round 4 comes to a conclusion as Weaver comes on strong. After he took a Pritchard uppercut, he came back with that left. You pointed it out. It was like a snowball rolling down a hill. It got bigger, faster, and stronger.
Trying to revive James Pritchard in front of him, his trainer James Doolin. You think Pritchard's cocky, you ought to listen to Doolin all day. They're ready for Mike Tyson if you listen to Doolin.
Doolin said, go back to that jab. Don't let him come in.
Well, what a round it was. It started out to be a good round for Pritchard. Then he got hurt by some inside shots. Weaver trying to finish him off, drove him against the ropes, and you're going to see one right hand, I believe it is, put him right back over the ropes right there. And then Pritchard turns around, absolutely helpless, defenseless on the ropes. The referee steps in and gives him a standing 8 count.
Before the referee got there, Weaver was almost ready to throw another right, which would have finished him, but he missed. Round 5 start.
The corner of James Pritchard want him to go back to the basics. The hard jab one more time. There could be only so long that you can jump on top of a slugger like Mike Weaver and get away with throwing bombs and dropping your hands. There may be some blood, just a trace of blood over the left eye of Mike Weaver. Cannot tell now.
Pritchard is a tad more tentative, just very imperceptibly more tentative after that fourth.
Oh, yeah. Because up to that point, he had felt some of the power of Weaver, but he didn't feel the complete power of Weaver. That round he did. Now I question how much does both guys have left, especially Weaver. I think he's punched out.
Yeah, he might have been spent on that last round, trying to finish Pritchard. Mentioned the standing 8 count in Kentucky.
I think Weaver is just exhausted. Remember, those muscles are good for power, but they are not good for the distance. That lactic acid buildup comes very, very quick in the heavily muscled fighters. And the lactic acid is what causes the exhaustion in a fight.
We are now halfway through the 5th round.
But I think in Pritchard, you're not also talking about a skinny guy. You're talking about a stocky, Mike Tyson-like fighter there, too. Pritchard
coming back. A good combination. Weaver tries to deflect them.
I tell you this, either guy against Mike Tyson would be short and very interesting. Some tape is loose off the left glove of Weaver. Pritchard has come back real strong this round.
55 seconds to go in the 5th round.
The tank of Mike Weaver, while not on empty, certainly a lot closer to empty than full.
Even on empty, though, his power is always deadly.
But his legs are gone. He's lost that bounce. Where's the jab? It's gone because he can't get away. And this is where Pritchard wants to fight, on the inside.
And Weaver's 35 years old, Pritchard 26. I thought the legs were going back in the 2nd round, frankly. Pritchard's got to be cognizant of the fact that he has a lot of experience and a lot of tricks that are capable of being sprung on the younger, more inexperienced fighter at any time. Round 5, down to 12 seconds.
See the right hand of Pritchard is dropping. So's his left hand. He's got to be careful. He just got nailed hard.
We'll be back to Louisville. Stay with us. Round 6, they've got to clean the apron.
There was a wet spot because they've been giving Mike Weaver an ice bath in the corner. Also, the tape on his left glove had been coming loose all through round number 5, and some new tape, some fresh tape had to be put on.
Now we're live at the start of the 6th round. How have you scored the fight so far, Randy?
Oh, back and forth we go. I've got it 47-46 for the local guy, James Pritchard.
15-0 and a draw for Pritchard. Weaver, the former world champion.
James Pritchard was just 11 years old when Mike Weaver turned professional back in '72. In those early years, Mike Weaver really never thought he was going to mount too much as a professional. He lost his first 2 fights, and after 8 fights, he was just 4-4. But then he started to take himself seriously.
Weaver covering up. Weaver sparring with a lot of different type of fighters. Movers like Mark Wills. Sharpened his eyes and his reflexes. He even went against Mike the Bounty Hunter. Very difficult man to spar with. And then, of course, strong people like Kerry Davis. That's all for his preparation for this fight. There's the right.
Hard right hand by Weaver, followed by a left hook. Pritchard's in big trouble.
Weaver chasing him again. Into the ropes. Big right by Weaver. Another right. Now working on the body. Pritchard holding in. The resiliency of these 2 men is incredible. Weaver gets him with a right.
There's about a minute to go in the round. Here you see the time.
Pritchard gets caught with a right on the chin.
He is exhausted. He's hurt. He's ready to fall. He needs that bell. Now we're going to see again, just like back a few rounds ago in the 4th round when he was almost going. This is another standing 8 count.
And now referee Cunningham warns the corner of Weaver. Down Manuel up. Another right. 2 rights in a row. 3 rights. 4 rights. Weaver hitting it well. A left right combination into Pritchard in the corner. The youngster gamely hanging on.
Pritchard ought to go down to 1 knee to get away from that beating.
He just doesn't have the experience. That's it. That's it. It's over. Weaver, a big step on his comeback. He goes down after